Thanks for calling the Worst of All Possible hotline. Please leave us a message including your name and your story. And note that anything you record on this voicemail, we might end up using on the show. So if you don't want your message on the show, just let us know in the message. Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Dracula. Doing a call. I'm on the road right now. I just want to say thanks for, your movie episode a few weeks ago. I won't call it out by name, but, it was really great. And when I look back at that time in my life, I really see my story is really one of, if you've backslidden from the Lord, I started listening to your podcast because, like you guys, I'm something of an evangelical myself, or was. It took a lot for God to call me back, but call me back He did. And I would just really encourage all of you, to just listen to, the voice of Jesus calling. It's a still small voice. It's strong. It's strong, and it'll hold you. I think that all of you just rededicate your lives and get decapitated immediately by Winona Ryder. I just think that would be best for everyone at this point. All right. I hope you guys have a good 2026. Thank you, Jesus. Bye.
Hi, this is Taylor from Utah. And I think my favorite memory of your show, I have so many of them, apart from, the fact that I'm a 33-year-old trans woman and you covered MASH, and I was so excited to see that you did because it's one of my favorite shows of all time, to guessing the exact joke that Maddie would make about a baker and his wife on Into the Woods, and it had me cackling in my truck after volunteering for 13 hours at an event. But I think the favorite memory of the show is just the fact that you all were there for me. I'm a 6-year PhD student in environmental studies, which can get pretty brutal at times. And I went through a really, really, really terrible breakup at the end of a 4.5-year relationship this year. And the fact that each and every single week, not only could I look forward to your show, but the fact that you all introduced me to so many new things. I had never listened to Into the Woods until I saw you covering it, and then I went ahead and watched it and loved it. I watched Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, R.I.P. Tom Stoppard, and just so many other things through your show that I've discovered because you covered it, and it pushed me to expand my boundaries. So thank you all, and really appreciate the work. And just remember, it's the pig.
Hey, pig. Yeah,
You have this toolbox called the pig. And it's like, oh, that's Cora's...
Sorry, the what?
It's the pig.
God, thank you.
Hey, pig, piggy, pig, pig, pig.
So we actually get to the dig itself, the titular dig. And don't worry, because Commander Lowe sees like a little tiny hole in the ground, and he's like, I've got a plan.
I'm gonna see if I can enlarge the hole.
Yeah, that's the prayer of Jabez.
Oh, that you would enlarge my hole.
Kermit, when he sees Miss Piggy, be like,
It's the pig. I'm gonna see if I can enlarge the hole.
No. I think that if you're the kind of person who is seeing the bigger picture of things, it can become extremely frustrating extremely quickly to be working on a rudderless ship, you know?
You know what kind of person really thrives in mess and muck?
Who?
It's the pig.
There it is.
They really play up the whole pig thing for this thing that you will not see after the first 40 minutes.
Pig? What does pig stand for?
Did it stand for something?
It did.
Oh,
It did stand
I thought
for
it was just
something.
like the name they gave it, but
It's like the
because the pig
portable-
was a tool chest, but it also you could carry it onto the asteroid. It attached
Right.
itself for some reason. Also, it could pilot itself. We find out later, and it has a big light on the front of it, and it goes down in the hole, and then it
I feel like
disappears
there must
forever.
have been something else that was going on with the pig. That they wouldn't have established it that much were it not
It's
for
the pig.
Thank you. Me when I see any of New York's finest.
It's the pig.
This is a game that is working off of a formula that we're all familiar with, right? The point-and-click adventure games,
Yes.
right?
As popularized by Pico's school in 1999.
Or perhaps even the classic LucasArts adventure game, The Dig.
That's right.
Yes. It's the pig. I'm gonna see if I can enlarge
That Goku.
It's very, very good. Yeah, and that's from our listener, R. Beacon, in the Discord.
Shout out Star Beacon.
Yeah.
I think. Shh. Listen. Is that the cougar? Whoa, that's so cool.
So cool it sends shivers down my spine.
It's not the cougar. It's actually...
It's the pig.
One thing has remained the same, right? It's that Bourdain, like he did back in the old episode, has to kill... Oh, God.
What is it that he has to kill?
What is it that he has to kill?
It's the pig.
Oh, right. It's the pig. Yes.
And the corpse parts are all coming out, and you can surmise that maybe these are early experiments in them doing what eventually becomes the boss fight in this area.
Yeah, there's one hidden inside a carriage that is so scary the first time you walk past it, and then once you know it's there, it's so goofy because you can trigger it, and he just jumps up and goes,
Yeah, this area just used to be full of pigs, and now it's full of these crates full of body parts.
It's full of what?
It's full of what?
Full of crates, full of body parts.
No, but
I see.
what did it used to be full of?
It's the pig.
But more than one. Yeah. I mean, he comes back to World War II quite a bit.
Right.
All acclaimed movies, Saving Private Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan
He
is a
made
very
it-
romantic war film.
But that's the thing, right? Steven Spielberg later on made the World War II movie.
You know, I think that he is a brilliant filmmaker, and it just so happens that we have covered exclusively movies
that we're not so hot on,
Yeah, that we either think
and a
are
PC
fine.
game. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
and of course, The Dig.
It's the pig.
It is. It is, in fact, the pig.
Hey, it's Colette Shade, and I just wanted to thank you guys for having me on the podcast to promote my book back in January. You guys have been big supporters of my writing and my work for years now, and I just really enjoyed going on the pod and chopping it up with you guys and laughing at wit, and then you took me out for some of the best ramen I've had outside of Japan, so I just wanted to thank you for that, and wish you all a happy new year. Bye.
Colette, did you ever go to an evangelical church service?
Yes, once, because there was a girl in high school that I was like not close with, but like, you know, friendly with. And she was like, oh, you should, you know, she's an evangelical. And she's like, oh, you should come to my like mega church's Friday teen hang.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was like basically a Christian rock concert. And I like went to a lot of non-Christian rock concerts at the time.
Right.
So I think I think I tried to do like the devil horns thing because it didn't occur to me that was even related to like. No, I didn't even do. I wasn't even doing
Texas
it.
A&M.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to do it to like be provocative or offend people. I was like, well, it's a rock concert. That's how you do a rock concert.
funny.
You know, it's just like a little like, you know, it was 2002, so it was like a little you know, Christian pop punk band, local pop punk band. And so I was like, yeah, rock on. And you know, and everyone was doing the hands thing, and I was like, I guess.
Oh, like putting their hand up in the air and swaying back and forth.
Yeah. And it's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then I remember being like, yeah, it was a real culture shock. Yeah. And then I remember to this girl, I was like, oh, that guy's really cute. And she's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Because, like, obviously I'm not supposed to be, like, interested in cute guys. And approach me.
Of course not. You're going to be a cup full of spit.
Oh, it's so
It's visceral. It's visceral.
Yeah. But anyway, I remember my parents were relieved that I didn't want to go back. They did not like they did not like that I went to this thing.
That's so funny.
Hi gang, Max here, congratulating you on yet another excellent year in which nothing bad happened whatsoever. To ring out the year, I would like to present this, with apologies to Tom Lehrer. T is for the Three Wise Men off-Broadway. What is W? A leather bar? O is for the final form of Goku. A is for the one whose kids they are. P is Pferd. That word means horse in German. And W is Whittaker, you see. Put them all together, they spell TWOP, which is really what this year has meant to me. Thank you. See you in 2026.
Hey, Josh, AJ, and that other guy. Just calling in here from sunny Holland, Michigan. Back in the old stomping grounds. Kind of made me think about where we've all come from and where we've all gone. Fellow Calvin alum, ran as far away as I could from Calvin pretty quickly as well. And it's just been really a joy to kind of just rediscover this little sliver of places I thought I left behind and watching other people grow from that nucleus as well. I've really appreciated the episodes covering MASH. And it's been fun listening to you guys and introducing it to my boyfriend, who I met just over a year ago, and kind of explain a little bit of, this is part of why I am what I am. Appreciate what you guys have been doing. Keep up the good work.
When they show that general how useful they are as surgeons, he comes out and he's no longer appalled at their shenanigans, and he says this.
Those two maniacs are the best surgeons I've ever seen. Made me feel like a horse doctor in there. And make sure you don't lose them. Not even to me.
I'm sorry, what kind of doctor?
Oh, a horse doctor. AJ's horse doctor.
Perhaps. Oh, but what's that I hear in the distance? What's that galloping?
What is that you hear in the distance, AJ?
Oh, what is it?
That sound?
What could it be?
I don't know. Everybody look what's going down.
Ooh, yeah.
AJ's Horse Corner. Ooh. A horse doctor, huh?
Oh, no.
Bet you get to do all the procedures. Like tooth looking.
What?
Hoof clonking.
What?
And lung transplants. Ooh.
Yeah?
Saving horse lives. Giving little foals a lollipop on their way out of the office for being so brave, for getting all their horse shots.
What are you talking
You're
about?
just describing the child BoJack Horseman there.
This is
bringing new horses into the world. Ooh, so gooey. But then there's the other side of being a horse doctor.
The front,
the
front of the horse?
Oh, yeah.
The one that's not giving birth?
Giving horses the bad news when they're sitting across the desk from you.
Oh, boy.
Staring into your eyes as you tell them the cancer is terminal. But no, doctor, they say that can't be true. I'm only 15 years old. That's middle age for the average horse. I'm in the prime of my life.
Yeah.
And you have to shake your head and say, there are ways to make you comfortable, but you should start making end-of-life plans.
Damn.
And they look to you for help, for some sign of guidance that everything is going to be all right, but it won't.
Oh, no.
And you know it won't.
Oh, no.
But that's not your job right now.
Oh.
Your job is to hold their hoof in your hand as they cry and remain their helper, their healer, their rock in stormy seas. Your job is to remain now and forever their horse doctor. They eventually settle and murmur, thank you, horse doctor. And you say, it is, as the Horsocratic oath says.
Come on, man.
Do nay harm. This has been AJ's Horse Corner.
Ooh, yeah.
AJ's Horse Corner. So I thought that was neat.
That wasn't neat. That
AJ,
wasn't.
That they referenced a horse
that
doctor.
Was not neat.
They do really hard work. You know, they work
AJ,
really hard and they get no appreciation.
If you ever break your leg, I'll help you out.
Oh, thank you.
AJ,
like one would to a horse.
Will you make me into glue?
Yeah. If you ever break your leg, I'll break it again and then euthanize you.
Hey, it's Joe from the Lions Led by Donkeys podcast. Over the last year, it has been wonderful working with everyone from the worst of all possible worlds, from talking about Final Fantasy VII for seemingly 8 hours or just listening as a fan. There's a million different media review podcasts out there, and this is the only good one. And I can speak for everyone over on my show that whenever we get to work with the guys from the show, it's legitimately the most fun any of us have. That could be talking about an incredibly stupid history about airmail to somehow roping you into making the world's dumbest Christmas sale commercial, which we got to do not that long ago. It's just been amazing, and I can't wait to see what new stuff you guys keep putting out.
I've actually got a little bit of the opening here for this piece. I'll go ahead and do Barrett, Joe, You do Cloud, AJ, you be Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. Figure out a way to differentiate between them.
Team spare parts. Let's go.
And Brian, you can do the stage directions.
Okay.
Come on, newcomer. Follow me.
Barrett runs ahead. Cloud follows, taking out 2 guards who stand in his path. He joins Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse at the gate to the reactor complex, where Jesse is working to open the door.
Wow, you used to be in Soldier, all right. Not every day you find one in a group like Avalanche.
Soldier? Aren't they the enemy? What's he doing with us in Avalanche?
Hold it, Jesse. He was in Soldier. He quit them and now is one of us. Didn't catch your name.
Cloud. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Well, Cloud, I
don't care what your names are. Once this job's over, I'm out of here.
Barrett comes running over.
The hell y'all doing? I thought I told you never to move in a group. Our target's the North Mako reactor. We'll meet on the bridge in front of it.
Jesse opens the door, and she, Biggs, and Wedge run through. Barrett turns back to Cloud.
Ex-soldier, huh? Don't trust ya. If you push the directional button while pushing the cancel button to run, earlier marked X.
Hi, I'm Claire Baker. I found you guys about midway through this year and knocked out, around 100 episodes or so. And I really wanted to thank you all for putting out such good stuff and giving me the courage to pursue a better life and quit my dead-end job.
Hi, this is filmmaker Charlie Christine Marker, and the Worst of All Possible Worlds I've been telling people for years is my absolute favorite podcast for so many reasons. One is just the virtuosity. As a filmmaker, I realize the stage y'all spend most of your time on has so much more power than I ever can on screen, and you magically show all that charisma so wonderfully. But more importantly, because so many of y'all come from this ex-evangelical background, as someone who literally had dinner with James Dobson in middle school, the way that you take that trauma that often feels so uncool and bring them all into such badass energy feels truly magical. I think has made me a lot more confident about the messiness of growing up that way and being able to tell all those people to fuck off. Love you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful next year of podcast. Bye.
Oh no, a big problem comes to this very wedding. A new edict comes down the pike. There's a guy who just shows up, and I guess he must be carrying a big, fucking scroll or something.
Stop this wedding.
This is my favorite guy. No, he doesn't stop this wedding. This one's fine, but from
stop
this
the next
point
wedding.
From here going forward.
All right. Stop starting now.
This is the best character in the entire history of the show, I think.
All citizens, lend me your ears.
What is this about? Curious.
A new edict from the Emperor.
I haven't heard of a new edict.
That's why it's
Soldier, what is this about?
I have 100 more notices to post. Read it yourself.
A new edict. I don't give a shit what it says, and I'm not gonna fucking tell you. It's on the sign.
Excuse me.
Read the sign, pal.
New edict. What is it? Shut up. Shut up.
So then we get to this point that you were talking about, Devin, where St. Valentine is like, you can't ban marriage. You can't do it.
You can't fucking ban marriage.
Here's why.
Marriage can't simply be outlawed. It's a creation of God. Claudius thinks he can reject God's law with a simple stroke of a pen. Marriage is the foundation of strong families, and families have always been the backbone of our civilization. Claudius has declared war on families, and we must fight back, Titus.
I agree with you, Valentine, but we can't do anything about it now.
I will not sit idly by and wait for our society to crumble under this man's rule.
Yeah, the backbone of Roman society, which we want to uphold, which is so great, is built on marriage. And I, Saint Valentine, part of a Christian minority in this pagan polytheistic empire, will do everything I can to protect marriage so that I can save Rome.
So this is where we need to do a very brief sidebar into what was happening in the United States at this time.
Let's crack in, baby.
Yeah, because a bunch of homosexuals were trying to outlaw marriage for the rest of us.
That's right, Brian.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Abby. I've been unemployed for over a year now and had to kill
all my Patreon subscriptions to bring down my spending, but I wanted so badly to listen to the worst of all possible bonus episodes. And apparently my moping was loud enough that it inspired a friend to buy me a 6-month subscription to your Patreon. Since then, y'all have become the soundtrack to my job hunting, my bedridden with back pain days, and my fallow period soul searching and constant creative ego deaths. I laugh, I think hard, I join the chorus crying out, whose children are they? And I feel pangs of familiarity from your discussions of growing up Christian in the Midwest, and the fear of seeing yourself in artists you think fucking suck. I look forward to being employed again, if only so that I can stay subscribed to y'all on my own dollar. So thanks for everything. Peace.
Hey, lads, this is Veronica, a.k.a. Miss Venom, off the Patreon. I'm trying for the second time because the first time I probably sounded like I was a stuttering chipmunk. Tonight, I just wanted to reach out and thank you guys for a great year of podcasts, even though I only joined about halfway through it. I've been going through the backlog, and your perspective has really opened my eyes to a lot of different things. And I'm looking forward to seeing getting through another year with you guys, especially as I go through a big transition myself from formerly Mr. Venom to Miss Venom. Have a good day.
I don't want to be your buddy, Rick. I just want a little breakfast.
Well, you can call me Miss Folsom if you want to.
Sheila, we stop serving breakfast at 11:30. Rick, have you ever heard the expression, the customer is always right? Yeah. Yeah, well, here I am, the customer. That's not our policy. You have to order something from the lunch menu. I don't want lunch. I want breakfast. Yeah, well, hey, I'm really sorry. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm really sorry, too.
So I wanted to clip that one in its entirety because this is probably the most famous scene from the movie.
Yeah, and I love the production design on this. I love that this feels like a very real fast food joint, right? Everything down to the womlet and the whammy fries.
Yeah, well,
right?
I want to know what the womlet is. Is it just an omelet, or is it like omelet as a sandwich? You know,
I think it's an omelet as a sandwich.
I would imagine so.
Like a McMuffin kind of situation.
Probably a pre-made on egg patty. Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, and they're very extra with all of their production design here. He walks over this big like street painting of a burger. You know, all the burgers are very thick and very rich, which is of course all just leading to this commentary on how once you get the burger, it's flat and ugly. Doesn't look anything like the pictures.
Yes.
What about consumer rights?
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is boomer moment number 3, right? This is whatever happened to good old customer service.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, and you know, whenever I'm walking directly home in a straight line, you know, I frequently get to the Wawa and it's like 10:30 and they don't have breakfast, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a gym bag full of guns right now.
That's always my go-to thought too. Is what if I had gun?
What if I had a gym bag full of guns?
I just want to say I started listening to this podcast right around the time of a very terrible breakup, a almost Disco Elysium-esque breakup, and there's just been many times that I would say this podcast has kept me alive. So thank you guys for what you guys do, and keep on trucking on.
Hey guys, I go by Matt K. Ultra online. I am a communist and a Christian living in a very conservative part of rural Appalachia. And coming across your show this year and hearing specifically your dissections of Christian nationalist propaganda has been a great source of comfort for me this year. Good way to remember that I'm not just going insane alone out here. So, yeah, thanks for that.
This movie looks fake. Like the movie that Coach Joe lands on looks like a really bad, cheap imitation of a movie. But no, that's just the actual thing.
Yeah, no, this is in fact one of the highest grossing Christian films ever made.
It is. And to give you just some context of what the scene that you're looking at, right? He is watching this thing. He has the largest bowl of Lucky Charms you have ever seen in your life sitting next to him. He watches the movie and the guy on it is just like, you know, if we believe in God, we're going to do this.
This is from the movie Facing the Giants. The follow-up of which was Fireproof, a movie that we have talked about on this show. And specifically because I have seen Facing the Giants. My youth group did a big, we're going to watch Facing the Giants, a movie that's trying to be canceled by the wokes. Big Sunday evening viewing party at my house.
Did you also have the big bowl of Lucky Charms?
No, we had Ruffles or some shit. I don't know.
The Ruffles were also in milk, though. Very soggy. Very soggy.
Hey,
they lost their ridges
that is
very
a
quickly.
classic Gallup, New Mexico dish, okay?
Ruffles and milk?
You don't go after our culture like that.
It's called Real Ruffles cereal.
Okay, now you're being ridiculous. We would never. They're called Rucky Charms. There are also marshmallows.
No.
And of course, because it's New Mexico, you have to top it with green chili. So,
of course.
Hey, Worsties. This is Will from Chicago, and I just wanted to call and tell y'all that number 181, the Animal Crossing episode about the pandemic, I was listening to that when it came out, and I was in the car with my wife, and we were driving, and nobody had a good pandemic, but I started it blind in my left eye, and in the first 6 months, her cat died, her grandfather died, and she finished her PhD at the University of Chicago. We were listening to that episode and talking about, New Horizons, which is where her graduation party happened, and we had to pull over because I was crying so hard I couldn't drive anymore. It meant the world to us. And love you guys. You're amazing. Keep up being the worst of all possible hosts. And I'm going to tend my garden. Cheers. Thanks. All the love from Chicago.
And when you wake up, your character comes out. It's like, I can finally live my life. Everything is open to me. And
on March 20th, 2020,
receiving that message in the middle of the pandemic, I was just like, yay, melting into my couch. So yeah, on this second day, Brian, this was your birthday. This is March 21st, 2020.
Yeah, the game always does a thing for your birthday. Also, the animals have birthdays in the game. You can celebrate the birthdays of your villagers and stuff. You have an in-game mom. This is a regular part of every game in this series. And the in-game mom sends me a cake. And it is this hilariously shitty cake I just showed you guys today.
I love this cake.
I've had it in my living room since that day.
Before we hopped on to record this, we spent a little bit of time looking at each other's islands.
Yeah.
And I can attest to just how fucking shitty that cake is.
It's got a little cat face on it, and then it's got candy on the sides of it, and it's all kind of slipping and sliding.
Enshrined in Brian's house. It has not aged a day in 5 years.
Yeah, that is a much better cake than the one I had on my birthday, where I just went to the grocery store in a mask and bought a lemon cake,
like one of those fucking Carvel ass things.
Not even Carvel, it was something else.
Did you know Carvel also stands for something?
What does it stand for, AJ?
Cake. Ah, very exciting, lol.
You missed the R.
God damn it.
By the way, it stands for Cakes Are Really Velvety. Everyone loves.
Yes.
Everyone loves.
Hello, boys. I first encountered the worst of all possible worlds when my partner, fleeing the South as a non-binary teacher, moved up here, and they said, I need to play you this. And what we listened to was the first episode of With Endless Summer. That was this summer, and now I am... Listen, it's nice to have someone else claiming to be the worst of all possible Brians other than me. And as someone who had a similar journey as AJ, as a recovering Catholic who was greeted at the George Washington Bridge, in my case, by the ghost of Mayor Theorella LaGuardia, on my way to the Canbar Institute of Film and Television. Yes, all the individual schools matter, Brian. I see a lot of myself in all of you as a recovering Catholic, and the worst and maybe best thing is that listening to With Endless Summer has made me be like, man, I should go back to being a Christian so I could show these assholes how to be a Christian. Thank you for all of the laughs and the cheers. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Hey boys, it's your old dork friend Rosie. Just wanted to pop in and say that this year's been really, really tough for me, and just with personal stuff aside from even, you know, all the stuff that's going on in the world and also in the United States. But despite that, you guys bringing a lot of laughter and joy and just a deep analytical understanding of things that make me angry and things that I want to fight against with that humor has really been a bright spot. So thank you guys again so much for a great year. And, you know, for maybe reckoning the disappearance of, you know, good old James Dobson. At least we could have that one. Anyway, have a good one. Bye, y'all.
Out of this kaleidoscopic view of music, suddenly emerges a skin kaleidoscope.
A piece of canvas is only the beginning, for it takes on character with every loving stroke. This thing of beauty is the passion of an artist's heart. By God's design, we are a skin kaleidoscope.
I don't ever want you to use that word again, AJ.
It's what I'm going to refer to my penis as from now on.
What's happening? Why is it a kaleidoscope?
Also, why did it go up
Because you
at
look
the
into
end?
it and you can turn it and different things appear. It's a skin kaleidoscope.
Okay, I don't want this. I don't want this.
It's actually when King David cut off those 100 Philistines' foreskins.
Threw 'em
He
into a
dried them out,
kaleidoscope, yeah.
crumbled them up,
Yeah.
and dropped them into
I
a
like that.
kaleidoscope so Saul could look at them.
So this next song,
Bible jokes.
It's great. It's great. It's a good
I
joke.
got your
Great
joke.
even.
I need to pivot away from AJ's penis jokes.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Io. I just started listening to this podcast this year, and it's been really weird because I really just listened to your video game episodes. Or I started with the Into the Woods one, and then I got really into the Bloodborne one for some reason. I don't play video games, but since then I've listened to the Bloodborne one, the Alan Wake ones, Silent Hill, all of the Silent Hill ones, all of the Last of Us, Death Stranding, all parts, and I've watched a lot of like video playthroughs also of video games. So I don't really know what's happening to me, but I think maybe you guys are just a really good podcast because I literally don't play video games or like video games, but I like all of your episodes about video games. So anyway, thanks for what you do. Have a great 2026.
Well, the game is supposed to make you angry at this sniper,
Yeah.
right? You're supposed to be like so frustrated that you
It
want to
didn't
take it
make
out.
me angry at the sniper. It made me angry at the game.
'cause
Those are two different things.
That's generally how
They
it
don't
works.
think that way. They're like, we have achieved this emotion in the player. That's all we're
And
good
if you
for.
were paying attention in day 3 in Ellie's story, you'd know that, there's a sniper being reported out by the marina. That must be Tommy.
So it turns out the sniper is in fact Tommy.
Okay, so two things. First of all, blows Manny's head off. Bye,
Yep.
Manny.
Manny dies unceremoniously, as does everyone in these games.
I did not clock the fact that the sniper was Tommy. I don't know if that's just me being stupid.
Didn't either, Josh, but because I value research and knowledge, unlike you, because you're Dutch.
Yes.
And all you value is international trade.
Okay.
And
That's true.
tulip prices and speculative assets.
That's right.
And cheap Oli Bolin.
What else?
The Mets.
Got him.
Hello, worst of all, lads. It's Jesse Allen again. Last year I called in and I said that I realized it was not too late for me to do musical theater, which is great because I didn't really end up doing that this year. But I did end up falling in love with one kind of performance thing, which is I've been doing aerial silks for about a year, and in January I get to go up to Aerial Silks 301. It's the perfect combination of exercise and performance, and I love being in a space that is like really queer and trans and learning how to do like cool theater art thing. Just like last year I had a better job than I had before, this year I had a better job than last year. And this is also the year that I embraced that I am a photographer. I got in the darkroom twice, which is 2 more times than in the past 11-ish years put together, and I'll definitely be going back again. You guys had a lot of really wonderful episodes this year, but thank you for Sky King and As Is, because it took me 5 trips to the RMV to get my car registered. ADHD and bureaucracy do not mix very well. But on those trips, those 2 episodes really kept me company in the line. The world remains really scary, but this year had a lot of joy and discovery and joy of discovery in it. So thanks, and I hope to see you or talk to you again in another year.
Right now, I would like you to hear, dear listener, what an average conversation in this movie sounds like. This is Molly talking to Nomi right after Nomi has gotten done smacking the shit out of and puking on Molly's car.
So, what was in your suitcase?
Nothing, just my stuff. Everything I had. I just got here.
You know anybody here? You got any family that you can call?
I don't have any family.
Where are you from?
Back east.
From where back east?
Different places.
I wish the audience could see what is happening visually. The noise that you heard initially is like her like stabbing at the ice in her Coke as she's talking, and then eventually it becomes her just like throwing the Coke and the French fries like everywhere when she exclaims different places. Another Spinal Tap reference, but this movie goes to 11, and Elizabeth Berkley is just like she must have been exhausted after these shoots.
Hey, Jorge here from the Netherlands. Your episode on Sky King and related mental health subjects, suicide and the people you leave behind, and the whole situation is something that I found great insights in and comfort, and the voices I think I needed at that time on the subject that, well, maybe was a little close to home. And I hope you can continue to make those kinds of episodes the coming year.
Hey, worst of all possible worlds. This is Ian. I started when Alex Patak went on to talk about Dragon Ball Z. That guy's great. I listened to 163 hours this year, which just seems a lot. I wanted to shout out in particular the Sky King episode. I kind of vaguely knew that story, and I was one of those idiots who would see like a clip of the audio logs playing and be like, he went up there to live, and then he died. That kind of idiot comment you always see. So it was really interesting hearing about like the material conditions that led the guy to do all that. And I thought it was great.
And he does a barrel roll, and he pulls it off. He ends up just almost skimming the surface of the Puget Sound itself. I think he clears it by about 10 feet.
It doesn't look the way that it does in Star Fox. That's for sure. Because as he's turning over, the plane just basically falls straight down to the water. And then there's some chatter from the fighter jets,
right,
where they're like, "Oh my God, he did it! Holy shit!" They're laughing on the comms.
And then right after the barrel roll, we hear this over air traffic control.
All right, Rich, this is Captain Bill. Congratulations, you did that. Now let's try to land that airplane safely and not hurt anybody on the ground.
All right. Now, damn it, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it,
That also, the despair and the anguish that you hear there, that really, really hurts to hear.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy to me. I'm sorry, I've been swearing. I don't even know if you guys.
Oh, we swear all the time.
We swear as much as you want, baby.
Explicit.
It's fucking crazy to me, just like how he's still he still keeps like you hear that this entire time that he's like this kind of goofy guy, quiet but goofy guy.
Yeah,
he has a sense of humor. Like he's trying to fucking kill him, smashes the plane, doing a barrel roll into the fucking Puget Sound, but he's still laughing about it. It's like, this makes me think, because I'm kind of like that too. I have kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, sardonic sense of humor or something. If I was doing this, would I still be cracking jokes up to the very end? I just can't imagine what that feels like to still be having a sense of humor about this when you're dealing with this confluence of horrible feelings of letting your family down and wanting to die and hurting all these strangers even, and you're still able to just kind of laugh it off. I don't know.
Hello, worst of all possible world fans, and to Josh and Brian. This is Caleb, a.k.a. Bird Respecter from the Kill the Computer Show. Just wanted to wish you guys both and to your fans a happy new year, and to say thank you for allowing me to come on your show and kind of tell my perspective on the Richard Russell Sky King episode that we did. That meant a lot to me. Your guys' community left a lot of really touching comments on that in the comment section on your guys' Patreon. It was really nice to read all that, and it was a good avenue to kind of share some feelings that I'd had on that. I hope in 2026 we're keeping our mentals in check and checking in on one another. So let's keep that in mind as we head into this new year. And in the meantime, Josh and Brian, I really hope we get a chance to work together on some more stuff coming up. And my New Year's resolution, AJ, is to get a chance to work with you as well, too. So thanks so much to all of you guys. I love the community. I'm so glad that we've got a lot of crossover there and everything. So, yeah, Happy New Year and take care.
Hey there. Just wanted to call in and reach out to the three Yanks who do it the best. The worst of all possible worlds gang. This is Alex Patax, the Quarrators podcast, and Josh's personal trainer. And, listening to your show this year has been a transformative experience for me because in addition to having my first child and resuming my own personal journey into strength, listening to your show and all of the Christian content covered within has made me realize that Christ is my strength. And it is time for me to return to the church, for who is mightier than the mighty Lamb? And just shout out to you blokes for doing it up week after week and helping me get there. Hope to see you on the mountaintop. Salam alaikum.
Sam just quits the team on the spot, and then we hear this.
I'm tired of trying, Connie. I quit. I'll see you guys around, okay? Oh, Sam.
You're just telling me this for the first time.
That is the opening
just now hearing about
riff
this.
To Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Straight
she
up.
had a beautiful life, whether you agree or not.
Every once in a while, this show will put in some sort of a riff or a motif that resembles, but that is just Tiny Dancer. It's the same progression. It's the same key. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this is as funny as it is.
No, I totally hear it, Josh. I was mostly just catching the many musical references to The Natural, a movie you haven't seen that fill this episode. But I'm glad that because you haven't seen The Natural, you did catch this Tiny Dancer riff, which I missed.
I have not seen The Natural.
I haven't seen it either. I've never seen any naturals. So they're all
not even big naturals?
No, they've all been implants all along. I've only seen breasts that are implants due to my sheltered life.
Hello, this is Jeremy from Quarrators, and I just wanted to say a big Happy New Year to everyone at the Worst of All Possible Worlds. I'm so thankful you guys had us on the show this year. It was so fun, and I'm sorry, there's no other way to say this, but I think a train has entered my apartment, and it's being driven by Santa Claus?
Oh, Jeremy! It's me, Santa Claus!
You sound more like Captain Crunch than anything else.
Well, I'm not him. I'm Santa Claus. Oh, Jeremy, I have a Christmas emergency. I need your help at the North Pole delivering all of these gifts to the good children of the world. You have to come with me, Jeremy, to the North Pole.
But it's December 30th, Santa. Christmas was 5 days ago.
Well, we've really screwed the pooch this year.
And I'm doing this voicemail for the Worst of All Possible Worlds, so...
Who cares? It's a podcast where they, watch movies or whatever.
And, I'm Jewish.
Yeah, I know. What, are you a Zionist or something?
What? No, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus.
I had to ask.
You didn't have to ask. No, goddamn, no. No, I support the BDS movement. I'm firmly anti-Zionist.
Okay, all right. Well, just come with me like a good little elf to the North Pole, Jeremy.
All right, well, I don't know if you guys heard any of that. I'm not on speakerphone, but I do have to go. I hope you had a great 2025, and I hope you have a lovely 2026. Here's to many more years of audio content. Goodbye.
Ho, 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 and goodbye.
Heyo,
So this is March here, calling from the Cardboard Mines in California. I found you guys this year thanks to a certain podcast about James Bond. And after just the first episode, you guys had me hooked. You've been a big part of helping keep me sane through 10 and even 12-hour overnight shifts at Amazon all year. And a bigger part in keeping me informed of just how the hell we got where we are now. I also started transitioning this year, and hearing you guys being so supportive of LGBTQ plus people and just the entire community has really made me glad you three Clamponguses are around, in spite of all the awfulness the last year has thrown at all of us. So here's to another year of Twapwa, another year of wit, and many more after. Cheers.
At least one of these signs has a little logo on it that sort of looks like the Coexist logo, right? Where it's like it's got the crescent moon and the Star of David and the whatever.
The cross,
but it's for
Josh, you're forgetting the cross.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
The
whatever.
But
who can forget when Jesus Christ died on the whatever and rose again at some other time?
Yeah.
How about you suck my dick? So this is for something that
That's
is
what
known...
he said when he rose. Suck my dick.
So this is for something called sumac.
Yeah.
And sumac is going to be important later on, sort of.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be important. I didn't quite pick up what it was. But the other thing we get here is a beautiful young woman in a wet top holding a Bible, and I was like, okay, hello to you.
Everybody's soaked.
So was I.
Come on.
I love my wet Bible woman.
What's up, worst of all possible worlders? This is Abigail Thorne from the Kill James Bond podcast and other things as well. One of my favourite moments from this year was when AJ from your show came on to ours to talk about the movie Devil's Advocate, starring Al Pacino, Pacinoing harder than anyone's ever Pacinoed before, as the devil, trying to convince Keanu Reeves to bust raw inside his sister and conceive the Antichrist, whilst also being a 90s New York guy. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see the movie and then also listen to our recap review of it, because we had a fantastic time watching Al Pacino as the incest devil. Anyway, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you.
Hey, gentlemen, totally happy if you use this on the show. But I'm Josh from North Carolina, proud owner of Legs, and it's been a hell of a year. Since July, I've been working on dismantling a nonprofit immigration law clinic that my comrades and I had fought for a year and a half to save. I've listened to you guys while boxing up legal files, your velvety voices echoing in the empty office, even as I watched ICE rampage across my state. It's truly the worst of all possible worlds, but your sincerity, your willingness to stare at the horror and still make things has been good modeling for me. While I was taking apart the clinic, I needed to build something too, and because of you guys, I finally picked up a stage play I had abandoned in 2017 and finished it. And AJ in particular, thank you for showing this almost 41-year-old how to be more vulnerable and accept my hairline. And thanks to all y'all for keeping me company in these dark times. Don't spend that $240 all in one place, though.
Hi, this is Clay. I'm from Boston and Hawaii in reverse order, respectively. I wanted to call in and thank you for the show. Its breadth and depth of analysis has been a salve for a pretty difficult year, both due to tragedy and also I'm trying to apply to grad school, so Christ almighty, I've not had any fun. But it's the fact that you cover anything and everything has led me to become more interested in anything and everything. And although, of course, I hope you do a lot more theater, because that's a long lost love of mine that I'm trying to get back into.
So this is where we come in, and we're going to read a little bit of this first scene here. I'm going to be Rich. AJ's going to be Saul.
In accordance with the accord.
In accordance with the accord. I won't be wanting the copper pots.
Why not? When you and Chet move to your space, you'll want to cook again.
I just don't want them. People change. I'm eating out a lot.
Oh, Chet can't cook?
You keep the rowing machine.
Have you lost weight?
And the trampoline.
There's some Black Forest cake in the fridge.
Stop it.
Stop what?
Just stop.
I can't.
We're almost through.
I have feelings.
You have only one feeling.
He won't make you happy.
Oh, here we go again.
Don't.
Keep everything.
I visited Teddy today at St. Vincent's. It's very depressing. He's lying there in bed, out of it. He's been out of it since the time we saw him. He's not in any pain, snorting his imaginary cocaine, doing his poppers. Sometimes he's washing his mother's floor and he's speaking to her in Spanish. Sometimes he's having sex. You can see him having sex right in front of you. He doesn't even know you're there. Harry has KS and Matt has the swollen glands. He went in for tests today. I haven't slept well for weeks. Every morning I examine my body for swellings, marks. I'm terrified of every pimple, every rash. If I cough, I think of Teddy. I wish he would die. He is dead. He might as well be. Why can't he die? I feel the disease closing in on me. All my activities are life and death. Keep up my Blue Cross, up my reps, eat my vegetables. Sometimes I'm so scared I go back to my resolutions. I drink too much. I smoke a joint. I find myself at the bars and clubs where I stand around and watch. They remind me of accounts of Europe during the Black Plague. Coupling in the dark, dancing till you drop. The new wave is the corpse look. I'm very frightened and I miss you. Say something, damn it!
I have it.
You what?
You have what?
He has AIDS.
I don't think that's funny.
The idea is ridiculous.
That's the bad news.
You ran the goddamn marathon.
The good news is that I only have the swollen glands.
We call it a pre-AIDS condition.
AIDS-related complex.
And I've lost some weight.
I'm in a state of shock.
Move in with me.
I tire
Chet
easily.
doesn't
My
know how to take
temperature
care
goes
of
up
you.
and down.
Your suppressor cells outnumber your helper cells.
I don't care what he has, Betty. He's my brother.
You're my lover.
You're my buddy.
Rich and I started the business about a year ago, but now word got out that Rich has this disease. I tried to explain.
I'm
He
not
doesn't
in
touch
the
the
habit
food.
of kissing
I
my
do all the
brother.
cooking,
I
but they
touched
won't
him
listen.
on the back when I arrived and when I left.
Why would they? I wonder if I'd use a caterer who had AIDS.
That moment that Rich says I have it, the entire stage explodes with people. And as you can hear, it's people, most of them talking to Rich, some of them talking about Rich. And the way that we played, I played Rich back in 2018. The way that we did it was like, I'm hearing everything that they're saying. This is the stuff running through my head. If they're talking about me, these are conversations happening simultaneously with my meeting with Saul. If they're talking to me, of course, Saul is the last person Rich tells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody else knows before him. His brother knows. And this scene continues to go on even further. And you have these sort of repeated and simultaneous lines. The chorus comes together to say certain things at the same time, like paranoid. You're feeling paranoid. To other people saying, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. That's kind of how this section ends. And then also one point where Chet is walking out on Rich, which is why Rich is here with Saul. He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any insurance. And he reaches for Chet, and Chet and his brother and his partner and his doctor all shout, "Don't touch me."
Lads, what you're doing is so goddamn important, because in this world that we have where the worst goddamn people are doing their best to eradicate human creativity and replace it with bullshit spewed out by a machine, it's a radical act to actually treat pop culture as art and take it seriously and discuss it, analyze it. Please keep up the good work.
Hey, this is Bud Studdard with Express Courier Productions calling about that pipe organ. Nearly 2 years ago, your careless abandonment, this unwieldy instrument, set off a chain of events that led to the bankruptcy and collapse of my courier business. And I'm calling to say you're not getting it. I'm not giving it back. We always remember the wounds left by strangers, but never the kindnesses. You had no idea that refusing delivery would put me here in a room with love and noise and so much joy. And for that, it's my honor to invite you to the first performance at the Courier Expressions Playhouse in the Industrial Parks, just past Fastener Depot, and yeah, we got Zink's Plumbing Supplies. between Jesus Christ Superstar. I'm playing Herod. Doors are at 8, and we'd love to have you.
I have to quote this quote because it's my favorite line in the whole thing. She says, she opens it, and then she goes, "A thong, just what I needed." The other friend then says the next crazy line of dialogue, which is, "Now you don't have to borrow your mom's all the time."
This is okay. Look, here's the thing. We're saying this is bad writing. This is totally normal for France, especially.
I see.
Especially where David Cage is from, which is the South.
Where the naked ladies dance.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's where the women wear no pants.
There is a place
it's
there.
Just thongs, you know, and you wouldn't believe what the men do. Wow. You wouldn't believe it. The things that they're up to.
They're
that they wouldn't even have to, because the women aren't wearing the pants anyway. Wherever they
They're
go,
making those coconuts jiggle.
No matter where they're at.
You can just walk down the street. It's the same situation. You don't need to put holes in the wall.
Wait, Brian, did you learn it as there's a place in France where the women wear no pants?
What I learned was in the south of France where the women wear no pants.
Oh, see, I always learned is there's a place in France where the naked ladies dance.
Yeah. Well, they're partially naked in my version.
I see.
Fully nude.
They're Winnie the Pooh in it, is what you're saying.
What is this white people nonsense you guys are referencing?
I think it's an American thing.
At all.
I think it's a very specifically American thing, actually.
Okay, very good.
Hey guys, Dracula again here. I'm just going back through the episodes this year and want to amend what I said before, thanking you for your episodes and all that. I got back to Midnight Mass and I first thought, well, of course, this will interest me, but then I found out that, the church is Catholic, which, I don't know, guys. I know there's a lot of sincere Catholics out there, but they don't read the Bible, they worship Mary, that kind of thing. I'm just saying, I don't want to be like a bigot here or anything. I'm just saying, ask God to to give you discernment in this. I pray for all of you to have discernment. Lord, I pray discernment and traveling mercies upon these gentlemen.
Hey, fellas, this is Alan. Just wanted to let you know that I had a fucking incredible time listening to the podcast this year. I had so many favorite moments, but one of my absolute favorites was the Mr. Beast episode that you did with June. And towards the end where Mr. Beast is wrapping up, I think it's the last fucking episode. I don't know. You watched it. I didn't. And I never will. But he was talking about decisions that can't be taken back because they were made in the past and now it's the present. And it's that's how time works. That's how fucking time works. And that was my absolute favorite moment this year. Anyway, thanks, fellas.
Over 1 year ago, Beast Games was created with a purpose.
Over 1 whole year.
In its purest form, its existence is a sandbox.
What?
Of the 1,000 different stories. Of the 1,000 different players.
See a sandbox.
That was linear.
Here
They have emergent gameplay.
the same thing. Each and every player, whether they wanted to or not, made choices. Choices of whether to walk away for personal gain. Choices to elect their leaders. And choices of which of their friends deserve to stay. To calculate the millions, possibly billions of decisions made by these players
Possibly
is
billions?
impossible. They range from decisions as small as who did you talk to? What did you say when you talked to them? To decisions as big as what games you chose to play and how much money you chose to take from those around you. But one thing is certain.
Okay.
The chain reaction of decisions that led us to this moment are irreversible and unchangeable.
That is
same
thing.
That's how time works! That's how fucking time works! Close to the end, waiting at the mercy of yet another decision.
Okay.
Heads is elimination.
This
And
is
tails
ridiculous.
is doubling the Beast Games grand prize to the never-before-seen in history $10 million.
and then the
That's 10
coin
million
drops, and again, it comes up tails. That's what was called. Now the prize is 10 million.
Definitely some shit that they finished shooting everything. They were about to finish production. They were like, we need something. We need fucking something.
And so here's, I guess, the thing that I wanted to talk about here briefly.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like Jimmy's attempt to make a statement. I think that he thinks that this is really saying something.
I am giving people so many opportunities.
Exactly.
Giving them a sandbox.
And so here's my question, right? If this is...
What do you mean by a sandbox? What does he fucking mean?
If the monologue we've just listened to is the thesis statement of Beast Games.
Yes.
To what extent did Jimmy accomplish his stated objectives? And what do we think about?
Zero. Got zero.
No, he's accomplished nothing.
Did not accomplish whatever this was.
He made a bad game show.
Yeah.
Hey, this is June from Kill the Computer and Ill Conceived. How's it going, everyone at Worst of All Possible Worlds? I was just thinking about all the different special things from this year in my life. One of the big ones has been to share, to get a little bit closer, with Josh especially, of course. But I going to New York over the summer. I got to meet everyone on the show. We got to torture each other by watching the Beast Games. It was horrible, just a horrible experience. But it was special. We got to share the torture with each other. Watch just one of the worst game shows of all time that, of course, got renewed, and I'm so excited about that. Oh my God. Holy shit. I really hope, there's a season 2 of Beast Games. Maybe there's going to be a season 2 of watching that show again and torturing each other with whatever is going to be coming our way with that. And I cannot wait. I really hope that I can convince these guys to do that yet again, because there's one thing I know that they love, and it's something that I think we all share, is that we love to poke and prod at our own minds, just ruin each other's lives, just over consuming the worst things possible. Maybe some of the best things, but I guess it's in the name of the show. But no, thank you for being a big part of my year. Thank you so much.
Hey lads, Tegan from Alaska calling. It's been a tough year, not only due to current events, but also personally. I lost a parent and my dog both to cancer this year. The episode on What Remains of Edith Finch really hit hard due to the timing and the content of the game. It was really cathartic listening to you analyze it and grapple with what it means to deal with grief. I've played it before, but coming back to it under these circumstances, a very different experience. You've consistently introduced me to works of art that have gone on to be immensely meaningful. I think the three of you are just all wonderful personalities, and that includes Brian, God rest his soul, and I can't wait to see what you have in store for us next year. Love you boys. Bye.
Hey lads, it's Lenore from Workers Lit and Shiloh. She says meow. She's silent right now, but she's thinking it. I really appreciate yapping with y'all, listening to y'all, talking about everything from pessimistic reactionary slop novels to blockbuster road building simulators the other day. It's a great deal of fun, and as much as we talk about what's wrong with the world over on Workers Lit, y'all have genuinely inspired me to dig deeper into things I enjoy and value and why I enjoy and value them. And especially in a year as bleak as this one has been, the whole podcast format really does help me arrange my thoughts and commiserate. It's also fun to listen back to early episodes and realize, voice training has made a difference. So yeah, great work, sharing oneself creatively and constructively, and so consistently as y'all have. It's incredibly valuable. It's inspiring. Keep it up. Happy New Year.
And that there is a passageway out of these spaces, to my mind, is a big piece of this, right? Because everybody is trapped somehow, right, by how they deal with the curse, by how they deal with death. And they don't always find a way out. And even if you do find a way out, even if you take a sledgehammer to the wall, you might get struck by a train anyway. And that it ends on, the very first cramped space, most of us experience, there is a sense of a beginning, at least, to Christopher Finch, who was revealed to be the player character.
Yeah, I think it's also very interesting how this game is about death, but also how almost every game is about death.
Sure.
And you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Because most games, what you're doing is you are killing. So most of the games you play, people are dying. You are watching everybody die, and your player character is dying again and again and again, like old, your Marios die again and again.
Yeah.
So
Animal
I think
Crossing.
you do a lot of murder in that game. Yeah.
In my version, yeah.
It was really interesting to me that this game is about death in a very deliberate way, when most death in games is cheap. And this is like a bugbear of mine. I don't like games where you can kill anyone and then the bodies disappear. That always bothers me. I'm like, if you can kill someone, we need to see the bodies.
Because that's the other thing too, is that this game isn't really filled with a lot of player choice, right? It is experienced in a video game format, but you try and think about this as a movie or this as a TV series, and it just doesn't work.
Hey boys, it's Aisha. Thanks for having me on the show again. It was really fun. Me and the Elden Ring girlies. And Brian. And thanks for helping me set up my own show. You guys, I had a lot of questions and you guys were very helpful. And 2 out of 3 of you have come on the show. So that's also been great. And Josh, thank you for letting me sleep on your couch when I was in New York. That was also sick. So shitty year, but there were some good times, and here's to a better year and more good times. All right, peace. Bye.
Hiya, fellas. This is Mike. I listen to your podcast on the regular. Subscribe to your Patreon. I love your guys' show. Especially love hearing about any time immersive sims come up, like Thief or Deus Ex. Yeah, keep it on. Thanks, guys.
Back when they made the game, you would be playing it on a CRT.
Cathode rays, baby. That's an antiquated term for electrons. We didn't know what those were yet.
Thank you, Philo Farnsworth.
And so, yes, it is very dark. One might even say too dark.
Yes.
But when you look at it on a CRT, it's actually just fine because of the fact that it was built for that specific technology.
Still pretty dark.
Yeah, it's still pretty dark.
It's literally called the Dark Project.
Yes. Yeah.
Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark.
I'm talking about a future.
Oh,
you do look
where everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where everything.
Wow, I don't.
Is
just kidding.
Too dark.
Yes.
If heaven and hell decide.
What are we gonna do about it?
It's too dark.
What are we gonna do about the darkness?
What are we gonna do about the darkness?
Yeah.
Nose on their veins.
Joe, have you played Thief?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think it's too dark, Joe? Do you think the game is too dark?
It's too dark.
Hard. Yeah. Thank you.
My default whenever I played a Thief game, and actually many other games, is to go to options and turn the brightness up to the point that nothing is dark anymore, and it still didn't work.
You and AJ have that in common.
Yeah.
And you know what you can't see is Lou Gossett Jr. getting up to look out the window because he is entirely in darkness.
Yes.
For what seems to be conservatively 35 seconds.
Yeah, this scene.
Because it's all bombed out. That's what it would look like.
You know what it reminded me of?
Oh, what?
Reminded me of a little game. Known as
which one?
Thief 2.
Because it was too dark. They have taken some lessons from immersive sims.
Yes.
Like Deus Ex or Thief or maybe another one. I
wish
don't
there was
know.
a third one.
Yeah.
System Shock 2.
Thank you. It's great. That's the one. That was on the tip of my fucking tongue.
You and me.
Especially if you're like me and you're used to immersive sims where, you have gun or you have
Immersive
melee.
sims. What kind of games would be an example of that, Josh?
Oh, Thief 2.
Oh, I've played
Deus
those
Ex.
games. They're kind of dark.
Yeah.
Well, you know what lateral thinking leads to is emergent gameplay, which is one of my favorite things. It's like, how do we then sort of use the systems and the rules that have been established to accomplish a goal in a creative way. There are no opportunities to do anything like that in this entire show.
This is nothing like Deus Ex, Thief 4, Thief 2.
I'm saying this!
Illuminate the nose on their veins.
Turns out that he is going to team up with Constantine, the Woodsy Lord, to end civilization,
Yeah,
maybe?
he's going to bring about the Dark Project and make the world too dark. Hey! That is the actual plot.
And I'll follow you into the dark.
Hey, it's Waffle Gang. This is Eric from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I think my favorite episode of the year was the Sweatbox. It was a really surprising look behind the scenes of a big project like The Emperor's New Groove, and your perspectives on the creative process as people who've been so involved in the theater scene, I think were really interesting. As someone who's in a creative field myself, I think it was really enlightening, a unique topic, and an all-around good time. I am a little salty about it, though, because now that absurd rhyme of walk the llama, take in the panorama echoes in my brain when I least expect it. So thanks for that.
Sting was, I think, doing his level best, but he had not written for a movie before or for theater before. And we get to hear a couple samples of what he's been working on.
This is shit. This is really bad.
So bad.
You couldn't think of a single other thing to rhyme with llama.
If you'd like to hear a completed version of this song, Rascal Flatts covers this one on the soundtrack, and it somehow manages to be even worse than what you just heard.
All of these songs, except for the one written for Waka, because I don't think he ever completed it, all these songs do end up on the soundtrack for The Emperor's New Groove. Because what else are they going to do? It wasn't a musical, so you might as well fill up the CD, I guess.
I mean, they paid for these songs. They might as well use them.
They might as well make some money off them, yeah.
I like the idea of some kid just being like, yeah, I fucking love this movie. They pop in this CD and hear the most boring shit they've ever heard in their life.
I actually think the converse is even funnier, which is the idea of somebody who fucking loves the soundtrack for some reason, and they've had it on regular rotation for like years, and they finally watched the movie, and they're like, where's my songs?
I want to take in the panorama!
Hey lads, it's Alma. The moment on the podcast this year that really stuck with me most was in the Sweatbox episode in August, when Brian floated the possibility of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Broadway adaptation of The Emperor's New Groove, which in the year 2025 was still somehow one of the most evil things I've ever heard. I've kind of never stopped thinking about it, and boy, I hope that Brian speaking it into the world sort of jinxed it and prevented it from happening rather than making it inevitable. If it happens, Brian, it's your fault.
Hey, this is Sasha from the shit show that is Texas. I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all have been a bright light in the horror show of 2025. And that I sang James Dobson's Dead to the tune of Pink Pony Club right after I heard the news.
Hey, this is Jay, long time, first time. Really great year for the show this year. Loved it all. Not such a great year for everything else. But anyway, favorite episode has to be the celebration of the death of James Dobson. May he rest in peace for all eternity.
Harmful images and ideas come sliding under the front door.
I mean, I slid under his front door.
Or they slither directly into the bedrooms through electronic
sure
media.
Did slither. I'll tell you, slithered right in there.
Illicit drugs are available to every teen or preteen who wants them.
Yeah, all those preteens who are like, give me my horse.
Oh,
that was
no.
me, but for different reasons.
That was AJ's horse corner. You were just doing heroin.
I was into Smacks. The cereal, not the heroin.
Yeah, okay. Well, everything changes for those who are taking them, meaning the illicit drugs from the previous.
Yeah.
With every child having a cell phone with which to access each other beyond parental ears, And with the advent of the all-pervasive social media.
Can you read that clause about phones again? That was such a strange.
Yes. Well, I haven't finished the sentence. That's the thing. Okay, but I'll say it again. We'll get through this whole sentence together. We're gonna be strong through this, even though we're mourning the loss of our favorite fuck puppet, James Dobson. The aristocrats. We can't put this out. Are we putting this out?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. Sorry, everyone, or you're welcome.
Hey, fellas. Chris from Delaware here. The long neglected theater kid within me would like to thank you for rekindling my appreciation for the theater and the medium of play. I've listened to that recording of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf quite a few times now. It's very comfortable in a way that I'm sure says a great deal about my psyche. But I would also like to thank you guys just for engaging in critical analysis to the extent that you do. I think the world would be a more fulfilling, creatively fulfilling place if people were more active and engaging with media rather than just kind of passively consuming it. Here's to a better year than the one that preceded it.
The pacing of it too is like, by the point that you get here, it's just moving, and you are afraid. You're filled with this fear of like, Jesus Christ, what are they going to do to each other? You know, people throw around the phrase like psychological horror a lot. And I think that oftentimes it's like, what if a guy was pink? What if there was a pink guy who was wrong?
His name is Pinkus Brown.
What if there's a Swiss actor?
Like what if there was a weird pink guy?
Who's on this
But like,
thing?
that's not psychological horror. This is psychological horror.
Yeah.
What does it look like when two people decide to utterly destroy each other?
Hi, my name is Liz. Happy holidays, worst of all possible lads. I especially love your episodes about theater. Even if I've never heard of the play you're talking about, I dork out about it really hard. And one specific compliment that I wanted to give you is that it's on the episodes that are about something I do know really well, where I appreciate how much you explain the things that I don't know really well. No matter what it's about, whether it's a musical or a play that I know like the back of my hand, or a video game that I've never heard of, usually I can find something really interesting. And then the interstitial shows up and you never have any idea what's going to go down. So anyway, thank you. Happy holidays.
Hey y'all, this is Dude. I just wanted to call and thank you for making this year a little bit better. Your ability to absolutely make me laugh my ass off for over an hour and then end in me bawling my eyes out often at work has been wonderful. Love the Bourdain episode specifically, but everything else is wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks a lot.
He spends a formative summer in France when, at the age of 8, he takes a fateful trip on an oyster boat with his family. The pilot of the vessel, Monsieur Saint-Jean, offered apologies in advance
I don't
for
think
the
that's how it's.
apologies for the French for the rest of this episode.
No, we don't apologize to the French. We never apologize to the French. You fucking do something about David Cage, and then maybe we'll apologize to the French.
I just wanted to say, Monsieur Saint-Jean is actually the French name for the character Mr. Satan.
What?
From Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my God!
He's goofing, AJ. That's not real.
Bourdain could feed Goku as much as he wanted.
He could.
But you know what?
He could.
He'd never get full.
He sure wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He'd always go for that second oyster. And speaking of oysters, this Monsieur Saint-Jean, or Mr. Satan, offers Bourdain...
just say Mr. Satan. It's
oyster.
more dignified.
Yes. Mr. Satan offers Bourdain an oyster fresh pulled from the sea. And Bourdain describes the experience thusly. Brian, could you read this?
Oh, yeah. Give us your best Bourdain.
I took it in my hand, tilted the shell back into my mouth as instructed by the now beaming Mr. Satan.
That's not what it says.
And with one bite and a slurp, wolfed it down, and it tasted of seawater, of brine and flesh, and somehow of the future.
Everything was different now. Everything. I'd not only survived, I'd enjoyed. This I knew was the magic of which I had until now been only dimly and spitefully aware. I was hooked. My parents' shudders, my little brother's expression of unrestrained revulsion and amazement only reinforced the sense that I had, somehow, become a man. I had had an adventure, tasted forbidden fruit, and everything that followed in my life, the food, the long and often stupid and self-destructive chase for the next thing, whether it was drugs or sex or some other new sensation, would all stem from this moment. I'd learned something, viscerally, instinctively, spiritually, even in some small precursive way, sexually. And there was no turning back. The genie was out of the bottle. My life as a cook and as a chef had begun.
Brian, I gotta say, for somebody who hasn't watched a lot of Bourdain, you can that is a pitch perfect representation of his cadence.
I was watching it all. I was cramming it all last night and this morning. So
yeah.
Hello, worst of all possible worlds, family and listeners. I just want to give a happy holidays and happy New Year's to you and yours, Brian, AJ, and Josh. Thank you so much for having me on the pod this year. This is obviously Caitlin Slobuke. To anyone that might not recognize my voice, I was on the Bar Rescue episode, which was a wonderful time. I had such a good time on that episode. It is not every day that you get to psychoanalyze a maniac multimillionaire and tell the world about his bar where he had a big robot drop from the ceiling to hit on women and let people know that John Taffer's bar killed a person. And if John Taffer was calling in, he would probably say something like, I've just been to Santa's workshop and it was a mess. These elves don't even know how to put the wheels on the Hot Wheels, and they call themselves working Christmas elves. And then he'd go in and he'd start like throwing the boxes and like punching the elves in the face. And he'd go into the back and there'd be glue all over the tinsel. And he'd shut it down because Santa's workshop is fucked and the working conditions are fucked. John Taffer would shut down Santa's workshop. Yes!
Hey, wait, what's going on? Hey, ow. Oh, microphone. Okay, I guess I'll just read this. This year, 6,500 failing bars nationwide will close their doors for good. Most of them owned by actual children.
Molly, sweetie, you can't drink the lemonade. That's for the customers. You, Mom!
If things don't change soon, Molly Cunningham's lemonade stand of Bakersfield, California, located in the heart of the shops at Riverwalk, just outside the TJ Maxx, will become just another statistic.
Well, I went up to get some lemonade, and then she said she didn't have any lemonade, so I left.
When she first set up her stand some 3 hours ago, Molly had a dream of buying a Labubu.
I want a Labubu!
But Molly's mom said she had to earn it.
I just thought it would be a fun thing to do. Teach her some responsibility, have her meet the community. I'm sorry, can we stop?
But now, Molly's on the sugar high from hell.
Molly, we don't eat the lemonade powder straight from the packet.
I will never die. And with the Cunninghams' $30 in debt, Molly's mom has agreed to open the shop, bust open the books, and call for help to Bar Rescue Junior.
Bakersfield, the Vegas of the West. I love this town. They got an Orange Julius here that will knock your socks off. Wow! That girl's getting into a fight. Hey, it's a fist fight. Let's stop it.
Let go of Mommy's hair, sweetie. That's not how we play, Molly.
You, child. Guess what?
Chicken butt.
You think that's funny? Your lemonade stand is going down the drain and you're making jokes? Do you want to take responsibility for your actions or not?
I'm 8.5 years old.
Oh, and you think that makes you a big kid? You can't even spell lemonade. What the is lemon order? Are you stupid?
I know you are, but what am I?
Stupid.
I know you are, but what am I?
Stupid.
I know you are, but what am I?
Stupid.
I know you are.
This went on for several hours, but then Molly escalated things in a way John never saw coming.
Gary's gonna beat you up.
Who the is Gary?
Gary is her imaginary friend.
Oh, well, I've got a buddy named Steve the Knife who's gonna stab Gary until he bleeds all over the pavement. How do you like that?
Gary has a magic knife vest that protects him from knives.
Motherfucker!
And then Gary is gonna pull out a gun.
Whoa. Gary, let's be reasonable about this.
And then Gary shoots Steve. Bang! 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 Bang!
Steve, no! Oh no, Steve, no!
Later that day, John makes his way to the local cemetery to say goodbye to his friend.
Steve was a good guy, a stand-up guy, an anthropomorphic knife with googly eyes who wasn't just great at stabbing, but great at being a friend. I'm just a simple bar scientist. I can tell you the exact angle to scoop ice for highest efficiency of scooping ice good, -48 degrees. And I can tell you how many hotties you need in a club to increase your customer retention by 50%. It's all of them. It's all the hotties. But when it comes to the matters of the heart, well, I ain't no hot scientist. But Steve the Knife taught me you don't need to be a hard scientist to feel love. You could just feel it. I don't know. Maybe I've been a bit too harsh on people. Maybe I could stand to do a little less word stabbing and a little more word loving. From this day forward, in honor of Steve's memory and for the 14 sons Steve leaves behind, I vow today to be kinder, to be more forgiving, to...
Ha ha, your friend is dead.
Okay, I'm gonna kill a child today. I'm gonna kill a child. Get over here! I just wanna kill you! Get over here! Stab it down!
Bar Rescue Jr. has been canceled forever. Can I go home now? Hello? Hello? Oh, Gary, how are you going to get yourself out of this one? That's right. I'm Gary. I've been Gary this whole time. I killed that knife. And you know what? I'll f***ing do it again. John Tapper's rescued so many bars, but can he rescue you from me? Find out in Gary Rescue, coming this fall to Spike TV.
Hi lads, Miss Charlie here for another yearly update of the vocal sims collected from this podcast like Pokemon, one of which I'm unable to make with my human voice box. It's the violent scare noise played many times on the Bar Rescue app. Please insert it here. See you next week. Bye.
Hi, my name is Ruby. I'm calling from Honolulu. I think I started watching about 6 months ago or so, maybe longer. It was after an episode you had with November Kelly, and I watched an episode of her show where she recommended you guys. I was sort of raised Catholic, not really though. I'm not familiar with all the evangelical things that happen. So I think especially the Wits End the Summer series is very horrifyingly informative, I guess is how I would put it. I think my favorite episode so far has to be My Cousin Vinny. That's a favorite movie of mine, and it's like a comfort watch of an episode, honestly. Like if I'm like, damn, I have nothing to do for 3 hours, I might as well just listen to the My Cousin Vinny episode.
Don't you wonder why Trotter gave you his files?
I told you why already.
He has to. By law, you're entitled. It's called disclosure, you dickhead. He has to show you everything, otherwise it could be a mistrial. He has to give you a list of all his witnesses. You can talk to all his witnesses. He's not allowed any surprises. They didn't teach you that in law school either?
Nope.
This is fun. This is one of those things that I think is not commonly portrayed in legal dramas. I mean, you ever play fucking Phoenix Wright? They're adding stuff into evidence all the time as an ambush.
Phoenix Wright really a pinnacle of like accurate legal
That's
practices.
just how it is in Japan, actually.
Yeah. It's just
you talk about a country.
Hey, those games take place in California. Okay,
Yeah, that is true.
Wait, do they really?
That is. Yeah, canonically.
Canonically, the English translations do. Yeah.
Okay. But not the original.
No.
Okay.
No. That's what makes it so funny is that it is very clearly Japan.
Yeah.
But for the sake of English translation, they moved the locality without changing anything else.
If they were to make a live action Phoenix Wright movie with Joe Pesci as Phoenix Wright, I think that would cure my depression.
86-year-old Joe Pesci.
That would be that wouldn't be any good at all.
No, but
That
it would
be
cure my
horrible.
depression. I'm not saying it'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm saying it would make me mentally well.
I think for the good of everyone else, you need to stay ill. So you're like our little Omelis boy, you know?
Yeah.
What is an Omelis boy?
The ones who walk away from that shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it Omelas? Isn't it pronounced Omelas?
It's pronounced however the fuck I want because it's written down and they didn't.
This is Ursula Le Guin's story. It's
this town that's kind of utopian, but in order to keep it that way, there's just like a little boy that they torture down in a cave.
They must torture one child, and that is why there are titular ones who walk away from there because
they are titular ones.
Yeah,
and we are the
Singular
titular,
sensations.
the non-titular ones who stay and just don't give AJ his Joe Pesci movie.
Cześć chłopaki. It is I, Alan, your biggest fan from Poland. I think I didn't really check. This has been a supremely shitty year for me on a personal level on top of everything else that has happened during this year. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything you guys are doing. I always keep calling The Worst of All Possible Worlds my favorite podcast, partially because it is quicker to say, and partially because it's true. Every week I can count on you guys to bring some insight and something new and interesting or something old and familiar and talk about it in a way that I find extremely engaging. It really does help. Especially you help reignite my love for theater, especially this year. I hope to be able to go to a theater real soon because I live in a very small town right now.
Hi, Worst of All Possible Worlds podcast. This is friend of the show, Maddie Lipchansky, leaving you a New Year's message. I just wanted to apologize to you, my beautiful three boys, that the episode I was on for Into the Woods this year wasn't long enough and we didn't go late enough into the night. And I'm looking forward to, in 2026, doing a 7 to potentially 9-hour episode on Stephen Sondheim's The Frogs. You specified in the message to let you know if you shouldn't play this on the air, and I'm actually specifying if you don't play this on the air, that'll be 10 hours. Happy New Year.
You never do a small show that gets big later. You can always do a big show that gets small later.
And and then when they put it up most recently, they put it up at the St. James, right? Which is also fucking huge.
Right, but now it has like the name recognition. It's the Sondheim.
Right.
It's in
and they had Sarah Bareilles
and Brian Darcy James.
Brian
Those
Darcy
eyebrows
James
sell
is the baker, which is
tickets.
so cool and good.
You can't put Brian Darcy James in a small house. He just won't fit.
No, he's too loud.
he's a big, loud man.
He bursts out of it. He bursts out of that outhouse.
He does, dressed as Shrek. He was dressed as Shrek the whole time. So
yeah, I thought it was a weird choice that he played the baker as Shrek. But he was credited in the playbill as Shrek.
Right.
And it said you might rank who's who in the cast, and it says Shrek. And Shrek is the star of Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek 3, and Shrek Forever After. And it was that's just a weird.
Yeah, it's like he wasn't even in the movies. He's just taking someone else's credit.
Yeah.
He's referring to the cow as Donkey the whole time.
Hiya, Brian, Josh, and AJ. Kermit the Frog here, and I just wanted to reach out to thank you for another great year of podcasting. As a fellow amphibian thespian, I wanted to say I particularly liked your episodes on Waiting for Godot and Into the Woods. There's an idea a lot of people have about theater as a dying art form, but there's so much good in art and theater for everyone to enjoy, and I think you guys do good work in telling and reminding people of that. I always enjoy your banter and your analysis. Anyway, my name's Leon, and I'm not a frog, but Happy New Year to all of my fellow worsties out there. And remember, workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains.
Hello, my name's Kevin. I discovered your podcast this year through Josh's other podcast, Ill Conceived. I'm going to therapy for the first time, and as I try to work through incidents from my childhood, like watching a clown shoot a baby Jesus doll in church, it's been nice to have some laughs through the experience of other ex-evangelicals through things like Adventures in Odyssey. Thanks for making 2025 a little bit better, and hoping 2026 is better still.
They heard that Flying Waldini thing, and they said, we will never allow a child of mine to pretend to be an ethnic.
That's right, Brian. No Italians in my household.
They saw the musical 9 and were like, no, they will never be Italian.
Is there a quote from Bernard Walton about the musical 9 in the New York Times, AJ?
Hold on, let me pull that up.
Okay,
Okay. Wit also offered an exceptionally curious review of the Italian Songfest, telling his newly appointed board
the Italian song. That's what the New York. That's what Frank Rich was writing in 19.
Yes, he really did not like Catholics. He didn't like the musical at first glance and thought to get out when he saw his favorite Fellini film being adapted to the stage. After taking a closer look, he said he changed his mind. I walked in, I saw all these Fergies, and then I noticed that those Fergies were gorgeous. They had silk tights on, and they were all ballerinas, and Fergies from Broadway, and male Fergies.
Okay, please stop. Please stop. Don't do this. Fergie was not in the Broadway production. She was in the movie.
She was in the movie,
You
yes.
fool.
She was in the movie
but
of
a
9?
child. Yes,
Yeah.
she was in the only good part of the movie of 9. But also, that number that you're talking about has a very, very famous costume piece, AJ. The totally see-through sheer bodysuit. And you don't even mention it in your little parody
I'm
here?
not done.
Oh, okay.
He immediately clarified that she wasn't wearing silk tights, but in fact,
Just
see-through dress.
Stop. You're embarrassing yourself, and you're embarrassing me in the process.
In front of our guest, AJ.
Yes.
Whit has been known to be Italian at the musical from his rallies.
This is the Flying Diddy Deenies all over again, and I'm going to hit you very hard.
I'll join the circus, Brian. You can't stop me.
Jake, when's the first time you saw the musical 9? For the record, I've never seen it. I just know that it was bullshit that it got the Tony Award over Dreamgirls. That was the big controversy with 9.
That's a good show. Not a good movie. 8.5 is a good movie. 9 is not a good movie.
All right, look, we gotta get back on track here.
Yes.
We gotta talk
Starmites. More musicals of the 1980s.
Jack needs to buy an antique shop.
Hi, this is Muppet Imp. This year has been very hard, not only from the big world perspective, but also my personal life. To cope, I've been re-listening to episodes from the back catalog. This year, I finally played Gone Home and really enjoyed it. And I watched and love Puff. I enjoy Brian's Camera Corner. I identify as a shutterbug, and I like hearing about the technical aspects of photography. It's like when the projectionist at the Boston Sci-Fi Movie Marathon talked about how various kinds of film age into different colors when he explained his spliced-together version of 1 million years BC. Keep it up, lads. Your work helps us all get through the days. To everyone listening, may your table be filled with joyful stories, full of bellies, and empty plates.
Happy holidays from warm and sunny Regina, Canada. My name's Ian, and I got to say, it was your episode about Bloodborne that I think is the first episode of your podcast that I listened to, and it instantly became one of my favorite podcasts that I've listened to in a long time. I really appreciate being able to hear people work through, either video games or movies that I also love. it's so much nostalgia, and it just makes me feel like I'm playing the whole thing over again. And your commentary is, generally speaking, so insightful and enjoyable. Thank you guys so much for your hard work. It's brought me a lot of joy this year. So thanks so much, and yeah, have a good one.
And then there's these Mind Flayer Cthulhu type guys who most of the time you run into them before this, you get the jump on them because they're eating somebody. And then they're going to eat you. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's so fucking annoying when they suck your head. I hate
so,
that
like,
shit.
and with the early ones, you might not have had your head sucked. And then with these, they're looking right at you. They run at you and they shoot a beam that just makes you not move for 13 seconds. And then they
This guy
suck.
needs to get his head sucked. You got to stay right
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
coming
saying.
over.
I think the worst part about it is that it just takes for fucking ever.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I'm getting my head sucked.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
I'm
you're
still
sucking.
getting,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
I
Yeah.
think the craziest part about it is when they shoot you with the beam and then you see them put their hair in a ponytail and you know, like, oh shit.
Get the chalice!
Hey, worst of all possible worlds hosts, worst of all possible Donos here. I love all y'all. You are great folks to work with, great friends, and appreciate another year of knowing y'all and coming on the show and doing podcast stuff. I think I mentioned this to you three when I was on, but when we did the Columbo episode, I was going through some rough shit, and that was definitely a bright spot during that time. Even though I ate like an entire pumpkin pie in the 10-minute break, and then kind of regretted that for the second half of the episode. And it was really good pie though, and so that was a thumbs up. Anyways, I hope 2026 is an even better year for Twoo APW. And shit, I'm gonna see y'all like next month. Maybe this month, depending on when this comes out.
They wrote a whole bunch of crime things. They wrote stories, got those short stories published in anthologies and in Playboy. They wrote plays. You think they'd get their plays into Playboy? Isn't that what that whole magazine's supposed to be for?
Yes. It's a theatrical magazine.
Yeah.
Great articles in that thing, am I right, fellas?
Hey,
them articles.
That's what I read it for.
They have to have the centerfold because the stage is so big.
That's right.
Yeah.
The centerfold. What if the centerfold was an elevation? Just
it was
the set design.
Josh, I can only get so hard. Please. Wouldn't that be so cool though?
Yes,
yes. A fold out, like it would just be like, oh yeah, here's a fucking like Joe Malziner set. Like, okay. Anyway,
it shows Brian looking at it and going, oh, and it cuts back and it's the Phantom Chandelier, like a
it's
fully
not the Phantom
rendered
Chandelier. If anything, it would be Boris Aronson's Four Black Dragons, is what it would be.
They'd be spitting fire.
This is the least accessible podcast of all time. Anyway, keep going.
Hey, just a little aside. Hey, listener, I don't know what's going on. I'm here with you. Hey, we got each other. It's all right.
Donna, I know you haven't necessarily seen a whole lot of Broadway musicals, but let me tell you about something called Pacific Overtures.
No, we can't. We gotta move on.
Okay. Don't put that coconut gun away. Don't shoot my ass.
I'm seeing something in here that says Chevy Mystery Show. What's that, Brian?
So a lot of early television was teleplays. Yep, we're still talking about theater. Sorry,
Damn it.
I tricked y'all. And, now we use teleplay to just mean like screenplay for television.
Desling falling off the cliff and he flashes red and he goes,
and then you get the little dun dun dun, and then game over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, it's me, Nat. I've been a fan of you guys for like a year now. Okay, done with that stupid voice. Yeah, I found you guys back when you posted the Eugene lot, like most people did, and listened to your entire thing of, well, most of With Them Last Summer. I kind of fell off for a bit, lost a job. I will have to say, I listened to the episode about family portraits, and I realized that the CD I had when I was young wasn't really Odyssey. It was a mix of Odyssey and family portraits, and it had Pamela Has a Problem on it. So when I listened to that episode, I got so pissed off, I had to go sit in the bathroom at work for a couple of minutes just to steam off what I had been growing up with. And you guys kind of helped me through a lot of my figuring out of how I felt about my Roman ages raising. So, yeah, thanks. You kind of gave me a crisis for a little bit there. Love you guys.
Hi, guys. This is Megan. I started listening to you earlier this year after I caught Josh on Good Christian Fun right after James Dobson died. I was raised in a very evangelical household in the 80s and 90s with parents who were devotees of James Dobson and Focus on the Family. Ultimately, I left organized religion in my early 20s, and that experience intensified a few years later when I started having children of my own and had additional reckoning of just how fucked up the ideologies and dogma are that I was raised in and surrounded by for so many years. Thankfully, my children have never heard of James Dobson, Focus on the Family, Dare to Discipline, or any of the other cursed artifacts that organization has continuously spewed out into the world. I had not thought much about Adventures in Odyssey for a long time until a couple of years ago, and now I'm experiencing an entire new level of deconstruction as I come to terms with how insidious the messaging in that show is, all the while realizing that so many of the episodes, down to specific lines of dialogue, are still burned in my brain. Seeing Wit in his true form as an evil god king ruling over an underground world of monsters has given me so much joy in what is sometimes a very lonely and angry process. Thank you all for your humor, your intelligence, and creativity, and I wish you all the best New Year.
We got just 2 rules. 1, nobody can be excluded from any conversation. And 2, when you're eating apple pie, keep at least 1 foot on the floor.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? Kevin, what does that mean? Please explain.
Oh, gosh. Well, I think he is speaking to this, if we can be men for a second. This sort of,
no, please. We're all guys.
We're all brothers here.
We're just guys being guys here on the podcast today.
Just the fellas.
I think I speak for a lot of young men. When you take a bite of the apple pie, you just want to go, whoa, and kick your feet up in the air. It's like the reverse of, when sometimes you kiss a lady and her leg goes up behind her.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
But boys do that when they eat apple pie. But
That's
they
right.
kick their feet in front of them. And it's such an epidemic that they had to address it.
It
makes sense.
Yeah, why would that be against the rules? Who is being harmed by this?
Well, who is the first person? Because rules are there for a reason, right? Like, what did that man do?
Maybe it was Jimmy kept getting kicked by these little kids having the apple pie.
Yeah.
He's like, Wit, please make a rule.
Okay, hey guys, Steve Dracula again. I just want to say vampires are in the Bible. Proverbs 34, verse 14. There is a generation whose teeth are like swords and whose fangs are like knives. The vampires are in the Bible. I'm just saying that's why I, Dracula, am a Christian now, and I think all of you should be Christians too. I pray God's safety over all of you. Goodbye. How do I hang this up? How do I do this? How do I hang it up? How does it fuck?
Most games you'll get a multi-ball where your ball gets kind of locked up under R2-D2 or whatever, and then it kind of throws it out there once you get the multi-ball. With this one, you have to catch the multi-ball.
Right.
And hope that your regular ball doesn't also get stuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Dangling. It's dangling. It's
because
like moving across.
It goes across the mist on the table.
That's right.
It's like a magnet under
There's a magnet underneath that is sort of wiggling around as it makes its way across the board.
Here it goes.
And you got to hit it.
And then if
with
you hit
your
it,
main ball.
you start miss multi-ball if you hit it.
Yeah.
And if you don't hit it, you don't get the multi-ball.
You don't get it. They fuck
the
you.
The game is such a fucker. It is. I think the only pinball machine I know of where hitting the thing to start the multi-ball doesn't actually start the multi-ball. Like you have to do one more thing because that's just
who made this, Columbo? Okay,
yeah,
my wife, she loves these things. She calls them tables.
She calls them tables. She doesn't know flippers from a back end. But the thing is, when you want to activate the multi-ball, it usually just happens. But in this case, it was just a magnet underneath.
I know you want to start Miss Multi-Ball. There's just one more thing. You were trying to start Miss Multi-Ball, but you didn't hit the ball.
You didn't hit the ball. You didn't hit the ball.
I can't do a Columbo because my voice, if I'm doing a voice, it just sounds like hello. Hi, guys.
Yes, Harvey Firestein is
just
Columbo.
got a text from Josh Sawyer. He does not have a Bram Stoker's Dracula hat.
Fuck.
So
it's staying in.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says because Scott Benson stole it 10 years ago.
He said, I do not, but wish I did.
Okay.
So there you go.
The man's got taste.
Hey there, this is Jacob from Workers Lit, and I'm calling with a request that I could get an update on Pops Coin. I invested millions, nay billions of dollars into Pops Coin, into the Pops chain. I was told there is a record of it, but I can't seem to access this. So if y'all could maybe get back to me. I am really worried about complete bankruptcy. But aside from that minor concern, I've really appreciated your podcast this year. And the several years before that as well. It's every week, every week. I'm so excited to hear the lads talk about something new, something unexpected. Is it going to be a video game? Is it going to be the concept of Facebook? Is it going to be a play? Is it going to be a film? Is it going to be an evangelical radio drama that gave me trauma as a child? It really could be any of those things. And I just appreciate all of y'all for that. I appreciate your endless spirit of positivity. I appreciate your humor. I appreciate your warmth. And I would really appreciate a full Pops Coin refund. Thanks, guys. And let's do this next year.
So you reach the gate sequence where you encounter your mirror self and you go through the portal. And you're in the world of Wales, where
not the country.
That would be way funnier, though.
Yeah, it would be through, and you're in Cardiff.
Yeah, and there's the TARDIS is right over there, and it's like, oh my god!
I love that your thought of Wales is that's where Doctor Who happens.
That's where they shoot it. That's where they shoot.
You run
Doctor
into
Who.
the TARDIS. You run into Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Prydain is over in the corner there with the black cauldron.
Frodo's here.
Frodo is in Australia where they filmed The Lord of the Rings.
No, Brian!
The modern Prometheus is trying to force you to make him a wife. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Come on.
Hey there, worsties. The worst of all possible AJs here. So glad we finally settled on a name for you all, and that name wasn't Tawapors. Oh boy, what a nightmare of a year it has been. I suppose anyone who's ever lived under fascism must have felt the same way, but Jesus Christ, it sucks being ruled over by the stupidest people alive. The only solace in all this, the oasis in this sea of doge and anti-vaxxers, has been getting to do this podcast every week and work through some of, not all, but a fair amount of, my feelings. This year we had some absolute banger episodes, some of our best, I think. I'm really proud of our episodes on Anthony Bourdain, Animal Crossing, and As Is in particular, but also some of the more chaotic ones, like 1941, Beyond Two Souls, and The Dig, which were sometimes equally as cathartic for me. I also love listening to the episodes I wasn't here for. I, like a lot of you, I'd imagine, still think about Brian's Cathedral of Suicide from the Sky King episode, or Josh's interviews with Tim Faust, Isaac Adams, and Maya Arson Krynew, who I'm told, 1, exists, and 2, is a tiny kitten. Thank you to each and every one of our guests. I think Josh will do his annual rundown of y'all, but know that you are all rock stars, each and every one. It was lovely to get my dad on for not 1, but 2 interstitials this year. He's frankly a little baffled and overjoyed at being so accepted by our little community. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for that. Special shout-outs to Jesse Canizaro, Eliza Martin Simpson, Josh, and Brian for voicing and thus enabling my Odyssey interstitials, as well as Madeline Bundy, David Armstrong, and Donovan Iyer for playing a murderous child, Too Many Roles to Count, and Da Pope, respectively. And finally, a heartfelt thank you to all of you worsties. Your comments, your enthusiasm, and your monetary support literally sustains us and makes it possible to make this very strange job into an actual honest-to-God career. I love my stupid little life, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Look, 2025 was hard, and 2026 is probably going to be even harder. The goal of these right-wing fuck jobs is to wear you down, to make you think that hope is impossible, that there will never be another way but this. But hey, you made it. You're still here. They tried to destroy your life, your brain, your spirit, but here you are. So keep fighting where you can. But if you need a rest, Just know that simply existing can be just as much a fuck you to their whole way of life, and that somebody else will always be there to pick up the baton. We can win this. We must win this. We will win this.
Kitchen Confidential is huge, and he's able to spin that success into a travel show with the Food Network called Anthony Bourdain's A Cook's Tour. Have either of you watched any of A Cook's Tour?
Mm-mm. So this was a special, or a couple of specials, or
no? This ran for 2 seasons.
Oh, it was a whole
Network.
series.
It was a whole series. Yeah.
Okay.
It is
Wait,
so
but
grungy.
Anthony Bourdain is a cook's tour. No, he's not. He's a cook.
You know what, Josh? It's too many cooks.
Anthony Bourdain's a cook's tour. That's silly.
No, he's not. He's a person.
It's Anthony Bourdain is a cook is tour.
Oh, okay. That clarifies it. Thank you.
Boy, we're really cooking.
Hey, it's Brian. I'm calling from sunny Moab, Utah, where I'm slowly going through the process of converting to Mormonism. It's been quite a year. This has been a year of a lot of tumult and change and unsteadiness. And thinking back on the year, I'm really, really proud of the work that we did in the spring with all of our guests, all of our friends who came on to talk about things like Sky King and Showgirls with us, and everyone who helped us out with As Is, which I think somehow I've beat AJ's record for casting the most actors on an episode of The Worst of All Possible Worlds. And when I look back at those episodes, what I see is a sort of connecting theme of resilience and memory, and how you can't really have resilience without remembering where you have been and where you're going and who you are. And so those are the lessons that I'm going to take into next year personally for me. And I hope that they're able to connect with you on the same sort of level. All right. Happy New Year.
Also, I have a question for Brian also.
Yeah.
So what did you order? Fish fillet?
From what?
That
From
shit
where?
cray. I just had to.
Why is that a question for me?
Why is that for Brian?
What'd she order?
I would like to be
she
asked.
order? Fish fillet? That shit cray.
We're doing great. Oh.
Why is that a question for me? I didn't.
Why is it for Brian? I don't know. Okay.
Oh, what I eat on Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That shit cray. That shit cray.
That shit cray.
Hey everybody, it's Josh. Finishing up the edit here, and we're about to hit actual New Year's Eve. This will be like the last big thing that I get done this year. Both of those clips, by the way, that you just heard were outtakes that I excised from the Bourdain episode. They're not funny, but they're funny to me, so I wanted to share them with you all. Anyway, just wanted to talk about a few highlights of the year. I got to once again go on a whole bunch of other podcasts. I even got to do a live show for another show with Trash Future in Edinburgh. So much fun. We also briefly cracked the top 500 of everything on Patreon, and I think next year we'll be firmly in there. And of course, we also moved into a new recording studio. Got Brian moved into a new apartment, which contains our new studio, and it was thanks to all of you that we were able to do that. In putting together this year in review episode, I always sort of see themes of what has been helpful to you. And I guess I feel fortunate, I feel proud that we've been able to sort of provide a sense of constancy in what have been really tough times for pretty much everybody. And I am excited that you have been inspired to make art of your own because of our show. That's humbling. It feels, I don't really have words for it. I just ask that you keep doing it. I also want to thank all of our guests this year: Colette, Joe, Devin, Rosie, Renee, Caleb, Alex, Jeremy, Abby, David, Eleanor, Luke, June, Josiah, Andrew, Aisha, Lenore, Caitlin, Maddie, Jake, Libby, Charlotte, Jolenta, Dono, Kevin, Scott, and Jacob. Every single one of you were fantastic and brought just a remarkable amount of rigor and care as guests. we so appreciate you all. Finally, of course, I want to thank, I've got this, let me just make sure I've got this right, my co-hosts, Brian and AJ. Brian, you relentlessly drive me, us, the whole project toward greater artistic truth every week. You challenge me to do better work myself, and I think we are where we are in no small part because of that, and of course your rigorous editing. And AJ, you just have this knack for understanding what our audience wants and needs, and that has widened the scope of what this show can do so far beyond what I actually thought was possible when we were getting started. And going into the new year, which promises to be at least as much of bullshit as this year, if not more so, I feel a strange degree of calm knowing that I'll have both of you by my side. I couldn't ask for better collaborators. I can't really put into words how much you both mean to me. But thank you. And with all that said, I guess it's time to wrap it up. You know the line. Say it along. Say it out loud with me. If you're on the train or out in public, say it very loudly. Shout it along. Here we go, together. I'm the worst of all possible Joshes. We'll see you next year.